How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Command Deadeye. Sentinel. Sentinel chosen. Sounds good. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice, or simply stop living.
Okay.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
Bingo.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
Right is always right.
So, right is always right.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger.
Oh, wow.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Oh, that was weird.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die. That'll hurt.
My phone was trying to charge the fucking house.
What was happening?
My phone was trying to charge the house.
Much better.
A ladder would be better.
Yeah, I was better. Who the fuck are you? Oh, fucking grasshoppers.
The oil sludges everywhere. The most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Oh, pain. Wonder what you could make with that.
So let's keep reload to that. Just override. Let's get that to that. And then this to that. Therefore, reload. Melee. Ah, too much was that. More like Dark Souls. There we go. As if I'm using a casting weapon. Yeah, that's much more convenient.
Made to be broken.
Ow. Oh, ow, that hurt.
Dead already.
Jesus Christ. I wanted to shoot the barrel, but whatever. Fucking. Oh, I got a collectible. The shielders are just basically just immortal damage. Excuse me, why'd your health reset? I want a shotgun. Ow. So that's what this is.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
What the fuck is that?
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Rods that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Hawksmart. Goodbye. Might not need that now, but you will later. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go.
Try it again. Oh, that's kind of cool. You actually get fucking shocked. Airstrike. Oh,
The
hold on.
wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Squish it! Flat hat. Small things for your big ideas. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
What are they doing? Why are they attacking the wheeled guy?
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the Unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but he's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
A Mekton?
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route.
I'm gonna get fucking vehicles. That would be cool.
Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the Tribe War and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looked strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Biomutants.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
So I'm gonna want to go to the dead zone, huh? a little bit left. This map ain't that big. It's like kind of like Far Cry, but Dark Souls and shit. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the fuck is that thing?
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Jesus
The
Christ!
World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
That is scary. Might have to fucking fight that eventually?
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Oh, that's cute.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
No, wait, cool.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
What am I doing?
That's a spark of light in you!
Too much already.
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making
It's
this
warm.
personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Light's warm. Get the fuck out of here. Light's good. Side point? Cool. Try and make it look cool. Nice.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important.
Oh.
Out-of-Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Oh.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war.
Oh, that's not good. Where are they
The Myriad's
located?
conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf.
I don't wanna go that way.
Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
I'm probably gonna go with the surf guys and
Out-of-Date says
go back over
someone
for the
needs to
knife.
break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
I don't think the World Eaters are a good thing.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life is part of their plan. They believe a cleansing is the only way the world can be saved.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
From my understanding so far, world leaders know what
Regardless, you'll
prosperity
meet
is.
again once you've played your
Well,
part in the
sans
tribe war and the
life.
situation with the World Eaters.
Okay, I see. So the world eaters, they sense the
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Ugh, I want to go get the mech first. From what that's what it sounds like, because I like mechs. Or somewhat dark. I don't like dark. Well, I'm going this way.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Oh wow, that's okay. Most of them got flooded. This probably wasn't a tunnel.
Knock it downtown. It's starting to add up. Crushing it. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Yoink. Looks like a tools. Is that where my waypoint went? That's funny. I need to be in the sky, he says.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head
Wait.
up there. That way you'll know.
Myriads are the ones that don't want to ruin the world, right?
Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Figures the Sifu would be interested in seeing you. The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They
Yes.
believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
I love this.
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
No, without something to balance the ecosystem, there's nothing.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Ah?
The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself.
Oh, okay.
He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life. He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. That's a sign of strength. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future.
Oh, so this is like a monarchy of code. Gotcha.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. They might bring them war, but they'll never take away their inner peace. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. You were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a guide, the disciples turned on each other and formed their own tribes. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong, and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember.
these guys with the boomerang. Okay.
One understands you have other places you need. Says you should team up and take over the world, or what's left of it. Wishes you goodbye.
Oh wow, that's pretty quick. Whoa.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially. Deformed and unfurled.
Oh my god. Yeah, fuck this. I'm out. That's scary. I'm not gonna fight that because I have no heals.
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Then he wants you to know that if you find yourself going through bad times, you should just keep going. He wonders where you've been, He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Goop says some choose to be lonely because no one understands what they're going through. If that's you, he'll try to help you if you let him. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Andro?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go.
Kamonu.
You know you can't make up for lost time.
Sana yote.
You should know, practice makes perfect.
Antoro. Minalagi mamuru.
You have to keep working on it if you want to be good at it.
Minalagi mamuru.
She'll see you at the village square.
Minalagi mamuru. Ruemu tono.
She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. His only interest when creating is that what he comes up with is actually useful. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says whatever it is, it shouldn't be left lying around on the ground. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He appreciates those able to deliver a sharp remark.
That's
He
funny.
understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. Then start by meeting her on the village square and take...
But let's get to the village square this time. Oh, please don't tell me these guys are here.
They
Ah,
look
they're on the way.
determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. He wants to know who you think you are. They push each other to become better, and sometimes someone gets pushed down along the way.
Don't tell me you're gonna break my new fucking weapon.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She says it's nice of you to consider them, but they have weapon training at sunrise tomorrow, so they'll need all the rest they could. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. She said it before. Wang Fu will keep your body in good health, and that's how you keep your mind strong and...
It fucking sucks.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. He heard you helped Gizmo clean up. He's proud. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility for your own actions and future. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Moon was gonna get angry. I don't know what the last one was. Ah, there it is.
He's curious to see what you've found.
Mashako Hirsave.
He says whatever it is, it shouldn't be left forgotten at the bottom of a pile of recyclables.
Ja.
He's learned you never know when something you found might come in handy. He says it's about time you learned how, and offers to teach you. Start.
Mashako Hirsave.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you. Agrees. At least that way it'll never go out of style. You should take it with you, wear it to practice. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this.
Muma gonna get angry. Is this town square now? Oh, finally. Whoa, this is cool.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Says being on time would be better yet. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back. That's a good attitude as long as you keep learning. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Thanks you for being such a good student. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. Says he's always thought so well of you, just like her. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. She's happy you appreciate what others do for you. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Bialtuma.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Masama.
Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion.
Masama.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Drobal.
She's so happy you made the most of it. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Ancora. Can see.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Ready?
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Bola kudo.
Lupa Lupin is a problem older than you.
Drobal. Masamal. Vaisano kasaman varu.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead.
Bola kudo. Amora kapapon.
She had a life before you were born, you know. Darker and less fun. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present.
Wow, this is gonna be fucking difficult. Oh, okay, that's it's all ship damage. Oh, Mama.
You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you.
She drowned just like that.
The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. reinvigorated.
Oh, it's straight into that. That's actually, I went straight into that. I know your death's here. Cool. Cold outside, cold inside. Super cold. Alright, let's
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulks on the loose.
Oh, there's right first. Got it. No invincibility on the dragon too. Oh god, that's scary.
Bang around.
A bang around. Oh, flamethrower, that's way cool.
Got more than a flesh wound.
One more hit and I'm dead, and he's like on death's door.
Kipahujuno pajigadila ejong. Iljap kap rev ngrejav.
You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the Fluff Hulk out to the Farfnacky Leaves and let it go. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. The Myriad tribe is prepared to fight to the death for souls that will be forever lost if not saved.
Sometimes. Okay, let's see.
Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch to survive.
What in the hell?
Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist.
All world knock clock fist. Cool. Oh, it's a fucking like. Yay, I got heals again.
The bright time is the right time to start your day. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. Let's see. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Super effective. You're injured. One at a time. Flame! That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. That's a Jagni tribe outpost.
Well, I guess I have to go through here, huh? Looks like the passageway is over there. Two outposts just to be able to get to the next. They're executing someone. Oh, what the hell is that? Bioblob. Yeah. Oh, it's a bunch of bioblobs.
Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening.
Oh, just one. Yeah, totally. Just gonna save for that.
The end is coming to the world, and everything else. Mercadorpa's outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Clarifies that rigging the odds in your favor in preparation of the takeover is one thing, but collateral damage is another.
Ah.
Here's the first line of defense.
Ah, let's go.
That's a bomb lobber.
I don't know how to destroy it. Oh, shit. That's right.
Back in the spot. Wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Maybe that key will match. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper.
How do I for him? I must have to kill him.
They never lost hope you'd come, but won't hesitate to... A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks slowly. Shoot it and watch it. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now.
Oh. That was relatively easy. I thought it was going to be a hell of a lot more difficult.
He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon. Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance. Your negative outlook on life might just be what the Myriad tribe needs to complement theirs, which is much more positive. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The Jumbo Puff needs to be taken care of. Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater. You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the wares. Under... The sun is high. Perhaps try something else until you have enough resources. Says heard think you shouldn't. Hope. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Can sense you want to practice your skills at bartering. Fair and square. Thinks it must have been hard to lose your parents. What that did to you as a kid. Let's see.
Oh, I can actually go through here. Gizmo's all the way back here. Oh, that's it. Wait, yeah, I guess. I don't want to go that way, but whatever.
That's more like it. That's a gnote. Easy prey for Lupa Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. It's the Chug Yard. Locked solid. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the Chug Yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on... The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. The rails used to be filled with chugs packed tight with two-leggeds, like guppos in a tin. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open.
I feel like I'm gonna get a mech once I'm done here. I want a mech. I just have a feeling that there's a mech here. What the hell? I'll pick it up and I won't use it. Bum bum bum. Oh, I got no heals again.
Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bullseye. You feel soggy enough yet? Bomper Bonker's busy ram back. Let's see. Knock it all around.
Oh, that
Yes,
ain't
you
good.
can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end. In flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past.
And up and down. It's just an elevator. That's
The
funny.
spent nuclear fuel, the toxinol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin.
Huh. Oh. Oh, dude. Hey.
Speech from pigs.
I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard.
Maybe a little.
Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous.
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going in a different direction? Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so seeking. Thinks that's more than most are. It's hard to keep to a path like that. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination.
I want to drive that so bad. I knew it. I knew they were calling a Mekton a mech. I want it. I want to drive it so bad.
This day is as good as it's going to get. They're short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes. That's the leftover you're looking for.
Oh, I don't want to swim. Nice.
Watch your balance.
Fuck. Oh, that's got to be rough. Ugh.
You don't get to wander below ground like this every day.
Ooh. Well, that sucks. I have no way to really heal myself. Oh, I'm just gonna sink and die, ain't I? Oh, wow. Okay, got it. You gotta go across anyways. Cool. I love tar.
Pace yourself.
Oh boy. Okay. Cool. Wow, that is some serious freaking climbing. Boy, you got hops. Yeah, Warblade. Nice.
What to build? What to build? Stylish as stylish can be. We're done. Oh, yeah, that's right. Close combat, two-handed slash. There we go. so little alive here. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts.
Oh, geez. That's a hell of a...
Make sure you don't walk off a cliff while you're night blind. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. Imagine you could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Boom. Keep filling your air holes.
Oh, that's a cliff.
Mount up. All the health. Upcycling at its best. What mayhem! What a blow! Nice shot. Stand up on your own 2 feet. fun. A Mekton makes such a long-legged ride. Crack open that tin can and escape. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind.
Mashaku Hirsave.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Jamakuda Horedatunka Pomozakula Imabella.
Out there with
What
the
are you?
monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Ikaya Barafka.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Immo Mansela Faternmianda Kagunu.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Go.
Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like.
Ikaya Barafka. Tibarmianda Kagunu.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Padang Wakumo Nas Vaidyava.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn Myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones. Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Says he's not sure, but if you're going to haunt something, it seems a waste not to eat it. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter. Fortunately for
fucking
you,
long-ass
he can
stick.
help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big. There's no better place to start than a Skvip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Feels like something's about to happen today. Wait, it's the Skvip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Blasting him with hits. Boggy. Right between the eyes. Punch him. Back to sneaking around. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. Couldn't just be open, eh? Smell that burning fuel. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Looks like the switch. Doesn't look like a happy critter. Nothing's more important right now than this. Oh, yeah, why bring a knife to a gunfight?
Why bring a knife to a gunfight? Yeah, right at the rifle.
Hold on to... You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. A real power blade. That's an odd thing, don't you think? Great view from up here. Your enemies will flee before you. There's a place and time for everything. But for that city scenario, it's already come and gone. Climbed right in. to do it on your own. Look both ways, look all ways. Some places a Mekton just can't go.
The chicken can go in the refrigerator.